Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 14 of the Frisky Whiskey. Mike D, first, before we start, I can't believe we made it to 14, dude.
Either can I. This is milestone.
It is a milestone.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
Oh, well, today we're bringing back the State of Whiskey, Volume 2.
Oh, all right.
So we're going to do an interesting collection, if you will, of whiskeys that span from Florida.
I dig it.
To California.
And then where?
And then back to New York.
All right.
So we got a nice little triangle of the country, if you will,
It's
going
the
on
whiskey
here.
triangle.
The whiskey triangle, like a Bermuda Triangle, you get lost in it. But, you know, that would be one good triangle to caught into is a whiskey triangle.
I guess, yeah.
Would be.
There's a lot to drink in that triangle.
So our whiskeys tonight, our first one is going to be a Florida one called Stolen. It's a nice whiskey. And then we have from New York, we have the Hudson whiskey, which is very popular right now. You see that a lot more.
There's a lot more coming out, especially in like Total Wine, ABC.
Yeah.
We've been seeing them pop up a lot more.
And I think the history will explain why. And then we have one called Ammunition, which is from California, which has a little uniqueness to it, and somewhat of a story, a little bit, somewhat of a history, but not really. We'll talk about when we get there. But you know, it's going to be a good show today. And you know, Ti, we had a good day today too, didn't we?
Hell yeah, we did.
What did we do today?
We went golfing, dude.
We went golfing, man.
And the best part about it is the golf course we went to. I love that course just because, I mean, it's not always in the best condition, but it's almost guaranteed you get there and you just walk on and play.
Yeah.
Like every time. I don't think we've ever had to wait.
Not really, no. And look, it's on the water.
It's
on
on the intercoastal.
On the intercoastal, which is nice.
Yep.
So it was a really good time. We'll talk more about that as the show goes on, but we had a really good day. So I think we're going to dive into some whiskey here, man. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right.
So we had cork failure on the Stolen.
I blame you.
You can, but I also opened the other bottles without issue. So,
right. So Stolen's a really interesting whiskey. It's been around for quite some time in Florida. It's nice. It's good local. Well, I'm not gonna say local, but here, let me first pour it, and I'll tell you about the history.
That's local enough.
Yeah, it's local to Florida. Okay, no cork.
Ooh, no cork pour.
No cork pour.
Can we do it twice? You just intentionally doing it. I know you did. It's okay.
I gave you a lot.
Give me a lot.
Pour, yeah.
All right, well, go ahead. Come on.
Well, no, I can save
I can save a little bit. That's
no, I can save. We'll be getting back into this for the one with the ice. So I'll give you a quick history on Stolen. Yeah. So Stolen started in St. Petersburg, Florida, and begins with a group of whiskey enthusiasts who were passionate about discovering new and innovative ways to create exceptional spirits. Inspired by the rich heritage of whiskey production, they set out on a mission to reimagine the aging process and create a whiskey that would stand out in a crowded market.
Okay.
One of the key aspects that set Stolen whiskey apart is its unconventional approach to barrel aging. Instead of relying solely on traditional oak barrels, the brand embraces techniques known as barrel finishing.
Okay.
This involves taking mature whiskey and aging it for additional periods in barrels that were previously held in other spirits like rum, tequila, or wine. Okay, so it's a unique process that imparts distinct flavors and nuances of whiskey, resulting in a range of complex and intriguing expression. Now, Stolen also produces rye and a line of rums, not just one rum. They have like 3 or 4 different rums. And they have a rye.
It kind of explains why this smells the way it does.
Okay. They have a rye that is sold in a bottle and also sold in little individual mini cans.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. I think I've seen them. I just never bought them. Now, about this particular whiskey, it's aged 11 years in American oak, okay, and it's a single grain American whiskey. It's finished in secondary barrels and seeped with toasted oak staves.
Okay.
Right? As a result, Stolen 11-year-old has a rich and bold flavor profile, yet exceptionally smooth and light on the palate. So the flavors and scents we should be getting, the nose, if you will, should be corn, sweet, hints of mint, vanilla, oak char, marzipan, butter, dark fruits, cherries, and chocolate.
So marzipan.
I get that. You know what? I can see the hint of mint is in that nose there a little bit.
Yeah, it smells interesting.
Yeah, there's a hint of mint.
You can definitely tell that they are aging it in one of their rum barrels.
I got some cork in mine.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I got little 2 pieces of floaters in there, man.
Sorry, it's good for you.
It's good. It's good for me, man.
It'll clear you out or something. I don't know.
Well,
what do you think about it? What's it taste like?
I haven't tasted it. You taste it first since I did the history. I want you to go. So, for me, the smell, there's dark fruits are definitely there. I'm not going to say spice, but there's some sweet. The corn and the oak are probably giving it its little...
That's very interesting.
Yeah? Okay,
yeah, give it a shot. So the mintiness is that feeling. Again, like the mint gum.
Yes.
It's at the end of the, it's at the top of the end of the palate.
There's that butter. There's a little buttery in the end there.
It's very light, yeah.
It's very light, and they said it's exceptionally smooth and light on the palate, which is true. And I don't know if I'm getting, is that chocolate or what am I getting at the end there?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like the beginning almost tastes like chocolate.
Yes, I agree to that. Totally,
it's like a dark chocolate, right? It's kind of like drying a little bit.
Yeah, drying. I think,
but it's not bad.
No, this is not bad.
And there's a little bit of spice in there.
The hint of spice, that's probably between the corn and the oak.
Yeah, probably.
There's a sweet. I'm not marzipan, which is what is an almond paste. I'm not getting that, but there is a sweetness to it.
There is.
There's a sweetness,
but there's also like fruits and cherries in here, right?
Which the dark fruits and cherries are kind of mixing together a little bit there.
But it is really nice. So it's interesting. Now I don't know if when we were grabbing the tasting profile for this, you went literally in chronological order.
I do. I usually do.
Or not chronological. The order in which
however I find it, which sometimes I have to search hard.
So it's interesting because so there's a corn sweet, hints of mint. Now the mint is like right at the end, but it's at the top. At the top. Right? So you get that nice freshness. The chocolate, like that chocolate and kind of smokiness, and I guess not smoky. It's spicy. Spicy is that corn and maybe oak char. Yeah, that's really at the front. Yep. With the dark chocolate, right? So it's like,
and my mouth feels buttery after drinking it. So it's interesting. This is a good whiskey. I've had it before. I haven't had it in a good minute. I'm going to say the last time I had a bottle of this was probably right before COVID, I think.
Okay.
When I first got introduced to this, I got introduced a couple of years prior to COVID. I think I got 2 of them over the years. I don't think I ever shared this one with you.
I don't think so. No. This is my first time having it.
Yeah, no, I think I remember sharing this one with you.
It's interesting. I like it.
Yeah, no, I like it. No, I would not make a cocktail with this. I don't think I would. I'm not sure yet. Maybe with the ice. Maybe with the ice.
Well, ice will reveal all.
Yeah.
Right, because then you'll know, I could throw some bitters in here, and it's not going to get too dulled down. But I think it would get dulled down too much with something. I think it would just get overpowered. Possibly. It is really light, like flavor-wise. Like it's punchy at the front, and then it kind of just hit mint butter.
It definitely mellows out butter. It's that maybe it's like a vanilla butter I'm getting out of it, but definitely butter. I mean, this is good. I mean, this is nice, neat.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, this is really good. I mean, like I said, it's a Florida. Look, it's a Florida whiskey. Mm-hmm. There's not a ton of whiskeys in Florida. There's the St. Augustine. Yeah, that's probably the most popular one, where you see that everywhere.
I agree.
I maybe to my knowledge, I'm not sure other ones other than these 2. I know there's got to be more.
Well, there is that one that I can't remember anything about where it is, but I know it's in Florida.
Oh, the secret one that you only know about.
You know what? I will find out this coming weekend, right?
Better.
I will get
dangle this in front of me. There's a whiskey somewhere in the state, Mike.
It exists. And some dude in his barn makes it.
And he makes it. We might be able to talk to him too. So we'll see. That'd be kind of cool if we could find out who it is, where he is. Maybe we can ride out there and do a little interview with him. That'd be kind of cool. Mm-hmm. A little Florida moonshining.
Yeah, why not?
So, you played some good golf today, T.I. T.I.'s new to golf. I'm getting him into it. I've been a golfer for way too long, so I'm just bipolar.
Facts. But I saw it today.
Yeah, you saw my bipolar.
Driving off as he's just screaming swears at himself.
I had my moments today.
His caddy cock is
me and the caddy had some arguments. Me and my inner caddy had some arguments today, and I was bipolar. My game was bipolar today.
A little bit, yeah.
I had good shot. I had good holes and weird holes. Not bad holes, but weird holes. Yeah. But you today. There was a little stretch. I'm going to let you tell what started the stretch. You're going to tell that story, although I will take part of the blame why it happened. But you had a good stretch today where you actually had a couple holes where you had really good opportunities to get a birdie twice, I think, and you knocked out a couple pars, natural pars with no caddy kicks or nothing, caddy helps.
Just taking it from where it laid.
Yeah. So but we had a little interesting thing that happened on. I think it was
a hole 12.
Hole 12, which is a little small dog leg.
It's a dog to the left, and then left. And basically as you're looking from the tee box out, and the dog leg is to the left, right? You'll see just a bunch of trees. They're really really tall pines, and then one really beefy oak.
Right, and your tee shot wasn't great. You were way short.
Oh no, yeah, I was way short. I kind of chunked it a little bit. It was way short, and I was just looking at nothing but trees.
Yes.
And so Mike D was like, what you got to do is you just put it in the fairway, right? It'll be fine. Just drop it over in the fairway, if you hit that way,
if you play
you'll
your
get a clean
shot.
Yeah.
Look, my boy slices right now.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm horrible, right?
My boy slices.
I aim
so
so
like,
far to the left, it looks like I'm aiming back at
right.
us.
I'm like, if you do your normal shot, you'd probably be lucky to get over the tree, and you'll be in the fairway. But
so I have a history of being really friendly with trees and golfing.
Hits every tree.
It literally is a fact. It's like if a tree's in front of me, I will smack it dead center and send the ball back at me.
Yes.
It happens every time.
Agreed.
So this one, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna join my people over here, the trees. I joke that I'm the Lorax because of how often I'm in the trees. And so I had my 5 hybrid, and I just perfect shot straight up. Straight over the tall pines.
Like the one time he hits a straight shot,
literally lands on just the fringe.
Yeah,
it was the fringe of the green.
I don't know if that course even has a fringe, but yeah.
It was easy enough to putt off of.
Right, yeah.
Right. But unfortunately, so now I don't make shots like this.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope. Not what I was planning for.
And there was 2 elderly people. They were just hanging out. They were like finishing up. They were kind of going slow. And I almost took out the dude.
Yes, you I think you gave this poor man a heart attack. He's probably a veteran of like World War II and Korea.
He said he lost 5 years off of his life. Yeah. And that was too much.
It was obvious the way he was walking too, man.
So I felt like we went up and apologized after we realized how awesome of a shot it was and how unintentionally we came close. Yeah. How unintentional it was to get up to them. So, they seemed all right afterwards.
Yeah, no, he appreciated the fact that we went up to him and acknowledged that, and I think I did a good job explaining it too. I was like, "Look,
I never shoot like that," and it was just like,
I don't know what told you to hit. I'm like, hit it. Don't worry about it. I'm like,
well, because so the way it is, right? There's like a gap. Like where I was standing, it's like a 10-foot gap between the tree clusters, right? So I was like, with my natural slice that I have, I'll just kind of zip it right through. Yep. Not a problem.
Yeah.
And instead, I just perfect
shot. I mean, literally a perfect shot. And you know what? And then you did miss that par. But
I did miss the par.
But the next hole, you played pretty good. You had one little mishap, but you played really good. You got in the green in 3 or something like that. I think you 2-putt that one. And then the next hole, he hit the best shot on a par 3 I've ever seen you hit.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was a perfect, whoop, and then dropped it right in.
Yep, he dropped it right in, and he 2-putted for a natural par. So that was good. Yeah. So you had a really good day today.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it was nice out there. And then
it was gorgeous. It was hot, but it was
hot. But on hole 17 at this course, which is right backed up to the water, the tee box. So I told Ti about this, and I'm like, and I was hoping he was there, right? I was hoping it was there, and lo and behold, it was there. So there's like this thing, and I call it like something out of Waterworld, that movie from Kevin Costner.
Yes.
And like you explain, you give an example of what you saw, what we're talking about here.
So think of it kind of like a floating barge that looks like someone's garage is on it. Like the amount of stuff that people put in their garages, it's just piled on there. So there's like bikes, there's like camping gear, there's like coolers, there's all sorts of random stuff. And then like, I don't know, what would you say, like 25 feet away is a boat just sitting there floating with same things like bikes, and it has a bunch of random stuff, and it has like,
let's be clear, this barge is homemade though.
It's 100% homemade. And it's just chilling there.
It looks like he took like 2 or 3 fence wood fence sections and put something underneath it so it float, and he's using it. And you still didn't get the view that I saw last time I saw it. There is a place where it looks like there's a little tent where someone sleeps in there.
It's crazy.
To me, it's someone's homeless spot.
I was thinking it was some dude who lost the house in a divorce, and he just was like, "Fine, I'm taking the boat." And he set up on his favorite golf course.
Yeah, maybe. It's really weird. I've never seen anything like that before. In all my years of anything being near the water.
It's crazy. It's crazy seeing it.
So it's really interesting. So it's definitely like I said, it looks like something out of Waterworld. Yeah, it really does.
It really does.
All right, so we're going for the ice. Yeah, for our stolen here.
So this will determine whether or not you should make a cocktail with this. I will say, like, the smell on it's like more vanilla.
Definitely more vanilla.
You definitely get the vanilla. What do you think about the taste? You went in first.
It's definitely gotten softer. It's definitely gotten softer, and actually definitely more smooth. For the taste, I'm going to say more of that butter, more of the vanilla. I think that spice with the corn and oak was probably adding to that spice. That's mellowed out.
I get that marzipan.
Yeah, that I'm about to say there's that sweet, or that it's that almond-y.
Yeah, you can taste the almond.
Yeah. And this actually got better on ice.
Oh yeah.
This is something like.
Now I don't know if I don't think the flavors are bold enough to do a cocktail.
No, I think this is a sipping whiskey on ice. Like, but this is nice though. Like this really, I mean, these guys, kudos to these guys.
Yeah, this is a good whiskey.
This is a very good whiskey, especially on ice. This is something like living in Florida with the heat. You grab a glass of this.
Yeah.
Now this Stolen was $42.99.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, it's. I would be surprised to see it high like that. To me, it's like 30-ish.
Yeah, I think it should be around 30 in my opinion. But they're a local one, so they probably got to make up for some money.
Yeah, you got to support them. Costs a lot to ship it out.
Now on the website when I was doing my research, when you have a section to buy and they could get you to a store, they said sold out. So I'm guessing they haven't released a batch for this year. I think we got lucky and would probably maybe explain why the cork.
Yeah, it fell apart.
Maybe it was sitting.
It does look like it was stuck.
We found this at a local. I knew where I got it from was a local liquor store off of PGA by the Turnpike. So we went there and they luckily had one left. Yeah. Actually, that was the last one. So we probably got maybe one of the last ones out there right now available, which is kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
But this is tasty. Like I remember liking it last time. My palate was different then. I'm not where I'm going today with all these flavors and getting the history and all that. But this is really nice.
Yeah, I like it. I like this a lot. I actually wouldn't mind having a bottle on my own. Having it kind of chill there in the stash.
Oh yeah. So before we get into our next one, we have a good food pairing today,
bro. It was stupid.
It was stupid
good.
Yeah,
it was stupid good.
So, and this was by chance. This was not a plan. We got lucky. We found it. We went there.
This is Mike D being like, "Hey, I heard about this place," because we were gonna go to this taco place that we've gone to a few times, right? They're super they're super good too.
Yeah.
But DeCabe was like, "Hey, you want to go check out some barbecue?" And I'm a barbecue guy, so.
And they apparently won whatever competition for the last 2 years. They've won
rib competitions
for judging, and then 1 year, the following year, they won People's Choice. And I'd heard about them, I think, through the whispers of my peoples.
Yeah, even I've heard of Tropical
Smokehouse.
Yeah, I've heard of them, but I never knew where they were or went to them.
And so we went there. We went there today. And I think we had a good pairing to go at whiskey. This is definitely whiskey food. 100%.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So, but while we were there, some random guy, and he realized it was our first time there because he heard how I ordered. Because whenever I go to a barbecue place for the first time,
get the spread.
I get the spread, and I like my sides because I judge you by your sides.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's I either get the beans or I get the collard greens when I do a place. So it's always coleslaw. Yeah. Always coleslaw if they make their coleslaw, but it's either beans and I did get the collard greens. But anyway, the guy heard me and he goes, "Oh, well, you gotta have a burger." And we both looked at each other at first. We're like, "We're at a barbecue place, man. What the hell would I order a burger for?"
Exactly.
And the bartender was like, no, actually,
it's our best seller.
It's our best seller, and it's an amazing burger.
It's really good. So it's a smash burger.
Yes, and it's a double smash burger.
Yeah.
Right, and it had cheese, pickles, and
Thousand Island
dressing, right?
That's it.
And so we're like, okay, you know what? So we got a combo barbecue platter, and we got a burger. We kind of shared everything, right? Yeah. And let me tell you something.
Oh, also, don't forget the spicy wahoo dip.
Oh my god,
that fish dip.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, so we started off with some spicy wahoo dip.
It was really good,
and that was amazing.
If you don't know what wahoo, it's a fish.
Yeah, hopefully. No, it was a really good dip, and that burger charred perfectly. The cheese was melted to perfection. I mean, it was a damn good burger.
Yeah. It was hefty too.
Yeah.
Like I picked it up. I was like, man, it's got some weight to it.
It was a damn good burger. And then the ribs were amazing.
Yeah.
Those ribs.
Actually, all the food was really good. I will say the two standouts for me were 100% the ribs. That seasoning that they put on them.
Yeah. You don't need sauce.
Perfectly smoked.
Yeah. You don't need sauce.
The fat melted when you bit into it.
Mm-hmm. And the sauce was good. They gave you like sides of sauce, but you don't need the sauce. Yeah. But sauces were good.
Yeah.
The brisket was good.
I like the brisket. The fatty parts do melt in your mouth.
But overall, though, the ribs and the burger were much
Hands
better.
down.
And we've recently, one of our other shows, we did do McCrae's barbecue. So we were talking about that, and we're saying the perfect plate would be McCrae's brisket, and this place's Smokehouse's Tropical Smokehouse's ribs would be the perfect plate.
Yeah, it would be.
Not that either one was bad on the other side of the fence.
And I would take either of their
Sides. Yes.
Although
the collard greens were unique. I've never had collard
greens.
They
were
like
really good.
Because they were made with
acidic.
A little acidic, but they had that tomato in there, which made it acidic.
Yeah.
I had never had collard greens cooked with tomatoes before, and that was a unique way of making it.
But it still had, the bacon.
Yeah.
And it was really smoky.
Very
tasting.
smoky.
It was really good. Though.
Very smoky. It was very good. And the coleslaw was a Caribbean coleslaw, which is their own. They made it there.
What I liked about that is it was very citrusy.
Yes,
so it's like
sweet.
if you're like eating all this fatty meat,
Yes.
you take a bite of that, cleanse the palate, get you ready to rock and roll.
Not like mayonnaise-y.
Oh,
that's what I liked about that.
It was like vinegar and it almost was like lemon
It
juice.
kind of cleaned your palate out a little bit, yeah. So highly suggest going there. Great whiskey food.
Yeah, they're on Southern Boulevard.
Yeah, Southern Boulevard, just right after,
or not Southern. It's right after Southern. It's
right after Southern on
Federal.
Dixie. Yeah, it's on Dixie and Southern, but like just past the Sherwin-Williams. It's right past that. You'll see it. It's on the left hand. It's on the west side.
Definitely check them out.
Check them out. Good whiskey food. They have a good whiskey collection.
Holy
there.
crap! Did they have a whiskey collection?
I mean, that's what they had there. That's what they had. They had an actual whiskey collection. Like
they had like 2 tequilas, shelf of whiskey.
Right. I think they had like 1 or 2 rums. It was all whiskey. So we are going to go back there. But great pairing for our whiskeys today.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'm really glad I got a hold of those ribs. I'm glad I said it to you. I almost didn't say it to you because I was being a little selfish and wanted to go to that taco place.
Yeah.
But we'll get back there soon too. All right. So I think we move on. Let me get my cork out of here.
Yeah. Here you go. Little whoop whoop.
All right. So we are moving on to Hudson whiskey. Now, I'll tell my little story about Hudson whiskey, which you'll remember. And we'll talk about in a second. But have you go through the history of this one?
Sure.
Because this history to me is very interesting.
Yeah, actually, Mike D was telling me about it a little bit, and I was like, huh, that's something I did not know about this place. All right, so the Hudson whiskey. The idea was to make whiskey in New York for the first time since Prohibition. In 2001, Ralph Arenzo had a wild idea to move upstate and start a distillery in Tuthilltown? I'm probably saying something weird.
Tuthilltown?
Tuthilltown?
I don't know.
Tuthilltown?
Tuthilltown.
Tuthilltown Spirits. I don't know. We pronounce things weird up in New England area, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Who knows? Was back before there was a craft distiller in every neighborhood across the U.S. Ralph didn't play by the rules. He fought for his whiskey and challenged the government to change the law for craft distillers everywhere. This made Hudson whiskey one of the pioneers of the modern craft distilling movement in the United States.
I think that's very cool.
That is pretty dang cool. Now craft distilling. Oh, what did you do?
Craft.
What? What?
Uh-oh.
No. Okay, never mind. I thought you moved something. You said, whoa. No, now craft distilling is everywhere with over 1,800 distilleries in the U.S. Can't take me anywhere. Yep. And over 180 in New York alone. And like New York itself, their whiskey is in a class of its own, thanks to high-quality grain from local family farmers and straight-up undiluted mash bills. In 2003, Hudson Whiskey released its first product, the Hudson Baby Bourbon. This release marked a significant milestone as it was the first bourbon whiskey to be legally produced in New York since Prohibition.
That's great.
That's pretty awesome.
That's great.
I also want to try it.
Yes.
In 2010, oh, here we go again. In 2010, Tuthilltown Spirits caught the attention of spirits industry giant William Grant and Sons.
We know them.
Yep. Known for its portfolio of renowned Scotch whiskies and other spirits. Impressed by the craftsmanship and the authenticity of Hudson whiskey, William Grant & Sons acquired the brand, enabling it to reach a wider audience and benefit from the company's global distribution.
That's why we're seeing it everywhere now. Why it's really everywhere.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah, and it's interesting that it was that, you said 2010. So I think the first time that you introduced me to it, I didn't see it in any packages down here. Right, and that was probably 2016-ish.
So I went for a wedding up in upstate New York in the Hudson Valley area.
Was it like 2017, 2018?
Had to be
somewhere in there. It sounds about right.
Yeah. When did COVID start? 2019.
2020.
So it was like 2 or 3 years before that. So we'll say 2017. We'll just call it 2017.
Yeah, because I remember you bringing it up, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And we tried it, and it was awesome.
Yes. So I had brought back the bacon washed rye.
Yes.
From them, and so I went up there for a wedding. So, and this, when I told you about this whole area of Hudson Valley, and I'm like, there's like 15 or 17, like 15 or 20 distilleries.
I want to go
in a decent driving distance of all of them. Like, we got to go up there. We got to check this place out. Yeah. Like, I went to this liquor store, this little tiny local liquor store. I walked out with like 8 bottles.
Yeah.
Of like all these different whiskeys from around there. I was like, And my wife's like, what are you going to do with all these? I'm like, I'm taking them home. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, we're going to ship our clothes back, and I'm going to put these in our suitcases. I'm going to pack them up tight, and we're going to bring these back. I gave away 3. I brought back 5. Yeah. I can't even remember the other one. I'm drawing. I was thinking about this last night. I'm drawing blanks.
Just
other than
more of a reason for us to get up there.
Yes, because I found all these really good whiskeys. I gave some to my cousins. I gave some to my. I was up there for the wedding. My niece got married. This really cool guy, and so Brian, his name's Brian, and I gave him a bottle, or maybe I even gave him 2 bottles. So I'm like, I got too much here, man. You got to take these. He's a whiskey guy too.
Yeah.
So really, if you ever get a chance. You want to do a whiskey adventure, right? I know everyone goes to Whiskey Row and
Tennessee,
Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. You want to do something a little bit different. Go to upstate New York. Upstate New York is not like New York City. People don't realize that there's actually
the Hudson's a beautiful drive.
Right, so it's a beautiful area. And people don't realize there is something other than New York City, and most of New York is actually country.
Oh, yeah.
And it's actually cool places to go to. When we were there, we had this breakfast on the Hudson, this place, and right next to it was the train or subway museum, which was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
It's a really interesting area, especially for whiskey. And every year they also hold a sheep and will fest.
Huh.
Okay, and this thing is so intense. People book 3 years in advance to get hotel rooms.
That's crazy.
Yes, because we had the wedding and it was happening like a week or 2 before. And they were saying that if the wedding was even a week before this festival, you wouldn't be able to get hotel rooms. Because people come in early to hang out in these areas. Beautiful country. Go up there. Go ahead. Check out all these different distilleries. Now, the Hudson, I'm noticing immediately, it's darker than our Stolen.
Oh, yeah.
Much darker. So what are our flavor profiles today, T.I.?
So we're aiming for some rich vanilla, oak, stone fruit, which is a new one, cornbread, caramel, and cashew.
There is that vanilla.
Oh yeah, right.
Definitely,
wow. That's right on the nose.
I know you don't really eat nuts, so that is cashew in there.
100% that smell is.
Yeah, that's 100% cashew for sure. Ever get a can of like Planters cashews? That's what
I was going to buy one and take a whiff and be like, yep. It smells nice though.
Now stone fruit really kind of relates to like plums, peaches, but I'm not going to say no peach in there. Like a plum, a darker type of like stone fruit, So. I don't know about cornbread just yet.
But that might be in the flavor.
Yeah, I'm going to go in.
Yeah, go for it. I'm going in. So that's interesting that I don't know what cashews smell like. So, is that good? What are you getting?
Okay, I'm getting that cashew flavor. I'm getting caramel. There is a bready flavor. I'm not going to say it's cornbread, but it's definitely bready. That vanilla is there. The oak. It's not spicy. There's something there, but it's not spicy. Peppery maybe, but not barely. There's something there. I don't. It's not spicy. It's not peppery. It's like in between. It's that soft pepper from last week.
Oh boy, soft pepper's making a return.
But
I see what you're saying though.
There's
tasty. a little pepperiness in there somehow.
And you know what? When I was doing my research and I went on their website, we're gonna have to do a special show. We need to grab their rye, and get that baby bourbon, and we need to make 3 different cocktails, one of each one. Based off the recipes on their website. They had cool recipes on their website.
All right.
Okay. I mean, they had some interesting ones that caught my attention. You know me now. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to open up my repertoire of making drinks other than just old fashions. But definitely I want to do a Hudson whiskey mixologist night.
Yeah.
And make their recipes.
Absolutely.
Because when I had that bacon washed rye, which I think that lasted 2 years. I savored that one. I made that one last. It was such a good whiskey.
It really was.
And it made a great old fashioned, or I drank it straight.
It did make a good old fashioned.
Yes,
I can confirm.
Yes, it did. Yes.
But this one's actually really nice. So the thing, the kind of the end flavor, I think you nailed it on plum.
Yeah, I think it's plum, right? It's
a little like
plummy,
not super sweet, but like it's there.
Yeah. It's there. That's the stone fruit. Yeah. Let me tell you, this is super smooth for being dark the way it is. I would think just by looking at it, there'd be a punch. There's no punch.
There's no punch.
No. This is tasty.
So now this one was $46.99.
Yes. Now this I'd pay $46.
Oh heck yeah.
Yes.
That's a reasonable price in my opinion.
And this you can get Total Wine or ABC easily. And they have their ryes there, so you can check out. I've seen the baby bourbon. I can't remember where I've seen it. It probably was Total Wine, if I had to take a guess.
They had the most selection.
Yeah, and I can almost picture the label. I think the label's green, where this one's yellow.
Yeah. Actually, it might have actually been ABC because they have a whole top shelf with like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
at the top there.
Oh, this is tasty, man.
I like this a lot.
Oh, yeah. This is really good. This is something that needs to be in my rotation again.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a bottle of this and just have it.
Yeah. I mean,
I also need to get better at making cocktails. So that's one of the things, right? So some of the ones that we've gotten over the time, right? Even if they're just like perfect for straight sipping, right? Like we like to do. If it's better for cocktails, I'm like, yeah, I want to take that one instead. I'm just trying to learn.
You need to master Manhattan first, man. You need a Manhattan guy. I'm an old-fashioned guy. We need a Manhattan guy.
I'll be the Manhattan guy.
You need to be a Manhattan guy. And then we could venture off together in different areas and try and make different drinks, but I think we need our bases.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm really good at pouring a whiskey neat.
Hey, that's awesome, right? I can make a great neat. I got a recipe for you right now. Ready?
Whiskey. Done. But no, this is nice. I like this one.
I'm really curious about this on ice. Like, this is like 100% different.
Oh yeah.
Than what we just drank with Stoll. Stoll is good, but completely two different worlds here. There are two different worlds here. I mean, this is really tasty. All right,
this I'm looking forward to.
So Ti, I was barking this morning about a couple of things this morning.
Oh boy.
So on my way to play golf, right?
Yep.
There was trying to get an I-95 at 9 o'clock.
It's crazy.
Whatever it was, it's more rush hour, and I hate rush hour. I hate 95. I just hate. And then
there's so much hate.
There's this woman in front of me driving, and she was just really not. First of all, I don't get it. Like, look, you want to wear a mask. I'm not questioning people's desire to wear a mask out in public.
No, absolutely not.
But why are you wearing a mask in a car by yourself?
See,
what does that do? Like, if your car is that deadly and contagious, why would you even be in that car?
I think you have bigger problems to worry about when you're driving a car than
wearing a mask. But she's wearing a mask, and she just did not know how to get on 95. It was driving me crazy, man. And because of her, I got caught. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're talking
you're
about.
You're boxed in between all these other.
Yep.
I call it I just call it it's like the wild herd of idiots. I just get caught in the middle of I'm stuck here. I'm like, oh my god.
And it's like two lanes of them just cruising together at the same speed. I'm stuck with all, and I'm staring at her in a mask. Like, why are you wearing a mask? Why am I right here right now? I got to get away from all you. What is happening?
Thank God, some guy finally got off. I had to make my maneuver to get away from everybody. But it was just all that was bothering me this morning. It was just I'm like, why are you wearing a mask in your car? And I see other people doing it. You drive around. You've seen it around here. People out there. You know what I'm talking about. Call us up. Hit the phones are open. Phone lines are open. Give me a call. Tell me how you feel.
Bro, as soon as I didn't have to wear a mask anymore, I was like, only in certain places, like planes, I still do, just because I don't trust people. They're shady. And hospitals, I would. That's about it. Give it a go.
Oh man.
Ooh, the smell.
Oh man.
Ooh, that smell.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice. That came more vanilla.
Yeah, more vanilla, more oak and vanilla. I think the oak's a little more prominent with that ice in there too. But wow.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I like this neat and I like this on ice. I like this both ways.
So that stone fruit, it's pretty much gone.
Yeah.
You really do get vanilla and you get that oaky spice. I don't really get. I've never got the cornbread.
No,
caramel I definitely get.
The cashew went away, in my opinion. That for me that went away.
I'll agree with you.
You don't know. You don't know, and that's interesting because you know what? I think that's where the big change for me is the cashew and the stone fruit with ice, and this is nice on ice. I may make a cocktail with this, but I think I would lean to maybe just sipping this, and depending on what kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah, this would definitely be a heavy neat one for me.
Yeah, I think I would lean in both directions, either neat or in the ice, depending on what kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah.
This is really tasty.
This one would be, if you're chilling inside in the AC, neat. If you're outside, gotta have it on ice.
But this handles the ice.
Oh yeah, it does.
I mean, this is tasty.
All it did was really bring that vanilla right to the front.
I really like.
Kept the spice there. Yeah. Got rid of stone fruit. Got rid of the cashew. And caramel for finish.
$46.99. This is This is a very well crafted whiskey. It really is. Kudos to old Ralphie. And I did find out. I did a little research. He's still involved.
Okay.
Grandsons bought them, but he's still the driving force.
And all that.
He's still the driving force behind their
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude made a killer product.
And we gotta get up there, man. We gotta do a Hudson Valley.
Yeah. We have so many trips we gotta do.
Yeah, I mean,
we still gotta make it out to Fox Cigar.
Yeah,
right. Out in Arizona, we still gotta make it up to Whiskey Row. We still have to make it to Tennessee. Now,
see, I was leaning towards New York only because for the first one,
it'd be cheap.
Not so much cheap, unique because not everyone's doing
that's true.
it. And we'd almost have to make up our own trail, in my opinion. Because I remember when I was researching it, when I went up there for the wedding, it was odd because I was getting Whiskey Advocate. Okay. It was like, you know how things like the universe is designed a certain way sometimes. And it was like 2 months before the wedding, my Whiskey Advocate had a whole story on New York whiskeys at Hudson Valley. Oh. And that's how I found out where all these whiskey distilleries.
Actually, I think you brought
I brought up, remember I was talking about that?
I remember that.
And I really wanted to go to one or two of those distilleries. I just couldn't get there.
Yeah.
I mean,
we need to do a dedicated trip.
I was like, probably from where we were staying, I think I was like 30 minutes close to one, 45 minutes close to another one.
Yeah.
You know, it was just, I just couldn't get away from the family stuff, which is not a bad thing. I had a good time. But, you know, I just couldn't get away from everybody, you know, to go do this. So luckily I found that little tiny liquor store that I walked to. I actually didn't have a car. I literally walked home with bags, like 8 bottles of whiskey. My family's looking at me. I'm like, what are you judging, man?
I'm the local drunk. What are you doing?
I'm not family drunk, obviously. I'm like, I bought 8 bottles of whiskey. I'm drinking all at the wedding.
You people.
You know, the cool thing about that wedding, which was a really good wedding, and like I said, my niece's soon-to-be husband at that time, he was a whiskey guy, so the drink of the wedding was old fashions.
Oh, I love that.
So he made sure that the bartenders knew how to make a good old fashioned. Yeah. So that was cool. So it was a good wedding for me. You know, it was one of those barn weddings. Oh yeah, it was nice. It was definitely very nice.
No, I like this whiskey a lot.
But yeah, we got. I think before we go to Kentucky, we do a New York one.
Let's do it
because that one's going to be.
You tell me.
And we're going to have to make up our own trail, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
we're going to have to look at a map and figure out. We have
to figure out where we're going to start, and then just go from there and figure out what the location is, and then maybe make one up.
Yeah, we're going to have to. You know, we got to be able to at least drive to 2 or 3 a day.
So they have to be close enough where we're not going to get too.
The problem is, and this is what I remember. The problem is none of them were super close to each other. Like I said. Where I was, one was half hour that way, one was 45 minutes that way. If you went from there to there, you're looking at an hour from one to the other. Yeah, because I was in the middle between 2 of them.
Yeah, it's a problem with big states.
Yeah, that's especially out there, and like I said, it's all country out there. So
there's no direct.
But this is tasty. Oh my god, I really like this.
It is on point.
I want one of those ribs right now.
Right, one of those ribs would be on point right here.
But we don't eat on the show. That might change on one very particular show upcoming, which might be in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Which that one's going to be exciting. I'm very looking forward to that. I need to clean my palate too.
Absolutely, get that palate cleaned up.
Because as smooth as that was, it does leave that.
There's a lingering.
It does leave a lingering flavor in your mouth.
Bring my giant ass bottle of water over here.
All right, so now we're moving on to something else, and this is so we went from Florida. We took I-95 all the way up to New York. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to go from New York. I'm not sure what roads get you from New York to California.
Well, we could probably take, we'll take 84 west, and then we'll hit Route 66.
There you go. And
once we
take
get to
straight
Chicago.
Straight in, right? Yep. All right. So we have this thing called Ammunition, straight bourbon whiskey, finished in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels.
You know, when they get fancy.
Yeah. When they get fancy. Well, look, it's California, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So what? California is very well known for their wines.
They're in Napa Valley.
Right. And this is in Sonoma County.
Okay, so really close.
Same thing. Well, Sonoma makes great wines. They're very well known. Napa, Sonoma, big wine country.
So what you're saying is this should be good.
So,
in theory.
Recently, at Total Wine, I went there one day, and it was probably in the last 6 weeks.
Okay.
You know, they have those people out there giving you tastes of whiskeys. They had a rep there. And I was like, oh, I'll taste it real quick. And I tasted like, wow, that's unique. It's different. I mean, I wasn't there to buy that. And I don't think my mindset was, I think it was before the show. Okay. It may have been before we started doing our show. Because I wasn't in the mindset of finding whiskeys the way we are today.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, now when I go somewhere,
we are like strategic.
I mean, if I'm not with you, if I'm somewhere and I see a liquor store, I'll walk in here real quick, and I mean, walk out with a bottle because we want to add it to the show, which we've learned we have a little collection going now.
Yes.
But I did try this. I remember it being not bad.
Okay.
I just don't remember what I remember. Does that make sense?
That's fair.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a fair assumption.
Okay.
explanation.
All right. And I'll do the history on this one.
Okay.
Because I did the research on it. And this one's a little, I have to admit, of the three, Hudson luckily had a good website for me to get history. Stolen was a little bit harder for me to get history. This I had to really work on. Because at first it was just like, wow, there's nothing out here on this. Yeah. Like, it was not easy to find a history on it.
That happens sometimes.
That does happen. And, in this day and age of the whiskeys, a lot of these places are buying recipes.
Oh, yeah.
And, these guys haven't existed for so long, and someone finds a recipe and they buy it. They find some family member has the ownership to it, own the rights to it, and then they buy it. So there's a lot of that going on in the world now. Damn. Especially with thanks to old Ralphie and Hudson, who opened up our craft whiskey. But so the history of ammunition bourbon can be traced back to its origins in the United States to the 19th century. The story begins with a group of whiskey enthusiasts who were inspired by rich distilling traditions of Kentucky, with a passion for crafting exceptional bourbons. They set out to create a brand that would embody the spirit of American heritage and craftsmanship. Years of meticulous experimentation, blending, and refinement led to the development of a signature ammunition bourbon recipe. This also led to variations that include limited releases, single barrel selections, and unique finishes, providing whiskey, with diverse ranges of options to explore. Now, it also got them to a Cabernet cask, but currently under the ownership of winemaker Daylight Wine and Spirits. So these are the guys who bought the recipe.
Okay.
So these guys must have been doing whiskey in the late 1800s, early, maybe it died at Prohibition. I'm not sure, or maybe it came back right after Prohibition. But then maybe they just didn't kick off right. And so they're bought by this wine company, and now they're distilled in small batches in Sonoma, California, and they will finish them in the Cabernet casks. Okay. Now they also make a rye whiskey that is finished in Pinot Noir barrels.
Okay, that's interesting.
So they have a rye.
I want to try that one.
They have a rye and a bourbon. Now they also make a cask strength too.
Okay,
I found that out at least. I'll find something on these guys, right? But there was, like I said, not a lot. I really don't want to look at the history of this Daylight wine because I don't want to get caught up in a wine history. Yeah. So at least I found out something for these guys because I struggled on this one a little bit. This one, the fact that I was able to get like 2 paragraphs almost was pretty impressive in my opinion.
I will say the smells, it's pretty dang good.
And so our nose and taste should have wine, go figure, because it's been in the Cabernet barrels, fruits, macadamia nut cookie, stone fruit again. Here it comes the stone fruit again. So second time we've ever heard stone fruit in any of these collections, right? We got twice in one night. Oak, citrus, lemongrass, tobacco, and light cherries. So you just tasted it. What's going on with you?
Okay, so it starts definitely that macadamia nut cookie. I've had macadamia nut cookies. They're very good. And that's what you get at the beginning. So you'll taste that. Now, where it kind of clear this sinuses. You do.
I'm getting some really interesting smells. Yeah. Of the 2 we just already done, I'm getting some really interesting smells here.
Oh, yeah. And then it kind of...
I like the smell. It's weird.
So then, yep, that's where it goes into that stone fruit. I'm going plum again. It's plum all over the place.
Oh, plum is all over the place on this.
There's definitely oakiness, right? There's that kind of like oak spiciness. It does have a citrusy too. Like it's a citrus finish. It's very clean tasting.
There is that citrus. So that citrus and lemongrass I think is mixing together because I feel like I'm getting almost like a light lemon zest. Almost.
You know what? I kind of would compare it to
this is unique.
Like the Sam Adams Summer Ale. That lemongrassy flavor that you get into it. That's what it's finishing with.
Yes, I agree with that. Thing. Yes. It's that's what I'm getting at.
It's a very citrusy. This is light citrus, very nice and pleasant.
This is very unique.
I agree. And then I guess if you let it sit a little bit longer, you do kind of get into that light cherry at the very end.
That cherry's super.
It's super that cherry's mellow.
There. This is a very mellow.
I like this a lot.
I like this a lot too. Actually, this is when I vaguely remember having it at Total Wine that one time when I got a taste and I ran out of there. I remember liking it. I remember why I liked it. Now I think I'm remembering why because it had a very light, but flavorful experience here. This is I'm gonna go back to my wine days, a bouquet of flavor because there is that wine bouquet in there.
Yep, right at the beginning too. Now it's it's a little dry, kind of tastes like wine.
But I'm not it's not like screaming Cabernet Sauvignon to me, which is a bolder wine. It's a bold wine usually. But it has
whiskey's a bold drink.
But it has that sensation, like with the fruits,
absolutely
that wine has. And this is really good. I mean, touche to these guys in California.
So now, what was the price point on this guy?
So this one's $39.99. I think that's worth it.
I would pay more. Honestly.
This one you could sell for $50 and get away with it.
Yeah.
For this one being the cheapest one, for the price,
it's actually surprising.
Yeah. Look, all three of these you can buy for somebody. All three of these are going to offer you something very different.
Now, the thing that I liked is that each one of these whiskeys took their location and added like a little unusual uniqueness to it.
To them, yeah.
Yeah. So like this one right here, right, with Stolen having like the staves.
Yeah.
Right.
This guy's got a weird aftertaste. It was really good.
So that like, this one with the oak staves, right? That's a unique to this one along with like aging in rum, right?
And think about Florida, transplants. We're transplants from Florida.
It's nice South Florida, Caribbean
it's transplant aged.
Then you got this guy right here, and you can tell, like you can just taste that depth of flavor.
Yes.
Right? It tastes like it belongs somewhere in the wooded area, right?
Yes.
I would see this up in like Virginia in the wood mountains, right?
Yes.
And then this one right here, 100%, you could taste California in it, right?
Yeah.
You can taste the wines, you can taste the really nice, vibrant flavors and stuff like that. It's nice. Like each one has brought something just on point.
I think this represents like California very well. I think all three of these represent their states very well.
Very well.
Like I said, I was joking. Stolen, very transplanty to me. The way they did it. New York, woodsy, very, like how they made it Prohibition days. Like this is what they were doing in the woods.
Exactly.
And then now California, because they're known for their wines and they're outdoors.
Bringing it in there.
This is very like this is something you could drink outside. Yeah. Neat. We haven't gone to the ice yet.
Oh no.
We haven't gone ice yet, and this is something neat you could drink. I think in the summer outdoors and be happy with this.
You're not going to hate it.
This is tasty.
And seriously, it's only $39.99 a bottle. That's crazy. I'm definitely picking up. If I can find this, I'm picking one up.
Like I love the aftertaste. Like
I love the whole thing. I like
dig this aftertaste, man. Like I'm actually like the more I'm drinking this,
I like the flavor as it matures.
The more I drink this, the more I like this. I was like I said, I tried it. I remember I kind of like it, but I was on the cusp about it even after because I was a little frustrated doing the history. Yeah. I got a little frustrated trying. I was like, okay, it's one of these ones I'm never know who really knows what the hell's going on here. But
nobody.
But no, this is really for $40 for $39.99, man. This is a great price point. This is really good, and I know they have it at Total Wine because remember I told you like they were doing samples there.
Hopefully, it's still $39.99. Is you found it at Total Wine right for $39.99?
No, I did not. I got this at the Liquor Warehouse off of Okeechobee and Military. Well, say it off of Okeechobee and Military is not the right way. It's you take Okeechobee to Military, you go north, and it's like a mile before a community. If you lived in that area, you know where community is. And this is a place that I think I mentioned this to you. Maybe I told the story before. When I pulled up to it, I'm expecting like almost like a Total Wine store, right? And it's like in this like little strip mall where it looked like it was like a magic market. I'm like, oh hell no. I sat there for like I'm not going in here, man. Like but then I was like, look, I got here, I drove here, getting up, going inside, and pleasantly surprised when I walked in. Like, oh wow, this is an organized, pretty big. Looked bigger on the inside than it looked on the outside. Like I was expecting some tiny little shack of a store. You walked in there, it was actually big, and they had a really decent selection. They had a good selection of whiskeys, and I just was randomly buying whiskeys. I bought another one. Going to be trying pretty soon too.
Excellent.
And I had this one. I saw that one. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to grab this. I grabbed that. I grabbed a couple things. And I was like, okay, this store is actually not that bad. If I'm in the area, I'm going to go back in there. So because it's for where we live, it's not not right around the corner. Yeah. But I will definitely be going back there again. So Liquor Warehouse is a good place to get whiskeys.
Check out Liquor Warehouse.
There's a little shout out to them.
Their whiskeys.
I wanted to talk to the guys behind the counter, but I don't know. I think they had like two of the salesmen from
They're one of the reps or something.
One of the reps. No, I think it was salesmen from the whiskey distributors, or the liquor distributors. Maybe I shouldn't say whiskey. So they just seemed involved. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna talk to these guys.
I'm interested to see where this goes now. Because I'm still tasting it on my palate. Yeah. I'm still tasting it. Yeah. As we were doing all this talking.
Yeah,
I'm still getting the flavor.
Very interesting thing on my tongue, like a coat on my tongue, and that's the wine.
Yeah.
That's 100%. Because when you drink red wine, it leaves that that
like
thing
a
on your
lingering,
tongue.
yeah.
You know.
Thankfully, it's not staining our teeth red.
Thank God. Get back in my wine days, man. I wake up in the morning. After me and my uncle used to drink a lot of wine on a Friday night. Like we're talking like bottles and bottles. I'd wake up the next morning, have like red like this dried red wine around my lips. My lips were red. My teeth were red because I just passed out drunk. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, you learned a lesson.
Time and time over again. Yeah, those some good days, Uncle Phil. So
what do you think? You just went in.
It's still good. I like it better neat.
So the interesting thing,
I like this better neat, but this is still good. But I'm going to say neat's the way to go with this one.
the smell actually hadn't changed that much.
No, it smells still there. I like this better neat. The oak, that oak is much more. The oak is coming out more to me, and the
It's almost buttery.
I was like, because they're not mentioning butter, but maybe that macadamia, because macadamia nuts are kind of could be kind of buttery. Maybe that's tobacco I'm getting. There's something there that wasn't there. I'm getting.
See, I never
right
got
now.
the tobacco.
Yeah, but there's something there now. There's something that wasn't there. You know what? Hold on. I got it.
Well, that's what I think that's why I think that it's like buttery. There's that texture, that feel. Which, if you've never drank whiskey, it's hard to explain the buttery feel other than it feels like butter. Like, I don't know.
It's definitely more buttery. I think I like this better. First of all, no cocktails here.
Oh, no.
No.
Don't ruin it.
No.
Don't bother.
No. But this is I like
It's
honestly
100% buttery. That's butter.
it's butter. It's totally butter. Maybe that citrus is still there a little bit.
It's very light.
It's very light.
It actually might. I don't think it is.
That's not. It changed so much. I guess
It's like a different whiskey.
Yeah,
Like completely.
it's a completely different whiskey. Like if you would have told me this is the same whiskey blindfolded, I would have said no way.
Yeah.
Impossible. The other two, I could connect.
You
dots.
could pull. Yeah, you could pull out the same
But
flavors,
this one-
but lightened.
This one completely changed with ice. 100%. Like this,
Now the macadamia nut cookie, that's still there.
yeah.
It's like the sweetness that's prominent. The oak is there. It's actually become more pronounced, right? It's like sweet and then a punchy, like kind of spicy oak, and then it kind of mellows off into like this butteriness.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
I like it, but it's weird.
It's weird. I think neat. This is amazing.
Yeah, this is amazing whiskey.
On ice, not bad, but I would totally lean towards.
This one on ice.
Yeah, I think exactly. So on this one, but for this one, I would lean this towards neat. Hudson, 100% on ice. I think that's a better one on ice. Florida, the Stolen.
I'll take it either way.
I think that one you can go in either direction. I think I would lean towards ice on a hot summer day if I want to drink whiskey out like by the pool. Yeah. Because after a couple beers now, I gotta go right to whiskey now. It's weird now. Unless I'm at a beer fest, but even then, I'm like, okay, I gotta get some whiskey. It's not gonna last. But
I like this a lot.
I am. I'm sorry. I'm going back to the neat, man. I'm pouring.
Throw me a little.
Yeah,
Let me do a comparison while it's still fresh.
Right, I am. The color's light. Let me see. Make sure we went.
We're good.
Okay, we're ahead.
It's that smell, dude. It's seriously like macadamia nut cookie, kind of like a vanilla. And then when you taste it, it's like
that is so good. That is so good. Neat. Look, man, you have a whiskey drinker, and you know they're a neat whiskey drinker. If you know your people, you know your friends, and you know what kind of drinker they are.
so different again.
It's
crazy.
It went back to it's a totally different whiskey.
It's crazy.
I really like this neat. This is
I can't believe that's $39.99.
that's amazing.
I can't believe it.
Not that there's a winner or a loser tonight, but I'm gonna lean that this one wins the
neat.
unique.
Yeah,
Not even neat, just as a whiskey goes, very unique.
it is.
I have not come across a whiskey that I'm that like, wow, this is something like I want a few of my friends to come over and try this.
Yeah.
And
No, it's completely different from anything we've ever tried.
yes,
Like 100%. Like I actually kind of want to. So I have some buddies coming in, and they'll be in next week. And I've already said like, hey, I'm gonna have you over. You're gonna drink some of the whiskeys that I've been collecting. They're also fans of the show, and I'm like, Now I kind of want to pick up one of those and throw that into the mix with it.
I would.
And be like, y'all need to try this.
Take them down the path.
Because this right here is next level.
Wow, this is just so good.
That's really good.
Wow. I can't believe that of the I figured Hudson would be the one that was going to take me home.
Yeah.
Not that there's a winner or a loser, but I am still just really taken back by how good I like this ammunition.
This one's really, really good.
Yeah. And this is something, honestly, I would love to have a steak dinner with and have this on meat.
That would
honestly, that would
cut right through the richness. It would be delicious.
Oh, nice ribeye and this, and
that barbecue would have been good with this too.
Oh yeah. Oh, especially
the ribs. Where the ribs, that, like fatty was.
The ribs with this would have been a perfect combo with that.
Hell yeah, it would.
Oh yeah, the burger could have gone with anyone. I think the burger would go great with this.
The burger would go great with this.
I think the fish dip and the ribs and some of that brisket go good with that. This definitely the ribs.
Oh yeah,
100%. No, I wouldn't need anything else but the ribs and that. No sides.
Perfectly like peppered and all that stuff. It would be perfect with this.
Oh my god,
man! All right, so. There it is. Everyone just pick yourself up some ammunition. Make it so it's difficult to get out here because I want it to be that popular. Oh. It's so good. So,
like I said, you can definitely get that Total Wine if you happen to be in the West Palm Beach area, Okeechobee West area, Military Trail. Hit Liquor Warehouse, and you can get it there.
Otherwise, just hop online
and freak them out. Tell them Frisky Whiskey sent you. They have no idea what the hell talking about.
I'm like, what?
We are working on some things upcoming for Frisky Whiskey. We're kind of coming up with ideas. We're going to be doing some different things in terms of promoting ourselves, if you will, a little bit. And
we're looking to make some swag for everybody. Get some stuff out there, right? So you guys can either purchase it or if you join potentially something that's coming up that we're working on, maybe get some free stuff. So
we're working on a couple of things for that. We got some great upcoming shows.
Yeah, so we do. We got some really good shows coming up.
We're gonna have to me, I'm not gonna say it's a celebrity guest, but a local chef. That is not of this country's origin.
Yep.
Who seems like a really cool guy
and wants to join us because he also has a passion for whiskey.
Yes, so that's upcoming as well too, which would be really exciting. And we're gonna have some good shows upcoming. Battle will Rise 3 is coming very, very soon.
Yeah, we got to get that one so that we can
do either our June or July Madness, depending how things go. Because I got a couple of vacations coming up. You're going on vacation, but this is a good show. Good time playing golf today. Mm-hmm. Awesome time playing golf today, man.
It's always fun playing golf.
Your game is getting better. You're almost to the point where I want to bring you to the group.
So I'm almost there. I've almost made it.
I've belonged to I've almost made it. South Florida Ball Busters. Shout out! I want to give a shout out to my South Florida Ball Busters. I think this is a good show and good times today.
Awesome times
and some good food today. Fantastic that food was a definite bonus of the day.
Almost killed a man.
And you almost killed a man. Poor guy. He's probably home having flashbacks and hitting Omaha Beach or something, man. And this ammunition, man. This is a
fantastic whiskey.
What a find! Oh, I'm so glad. I don't know what got me to it, what gravitated me toward it, but man, I am happy I bought that one.
Same.
Okay, man. So, T.I., good show.
Mike D, very good show.
Show all my Frisky Whiskeys out there.
Yeah, the Frisky Whiskians.
Listen to us, follow us, hit us up on Facebook or no. So
man, why would you say Facebook? We're on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Yeah. Follow us on Instagram.
Check our YouTube out. Check watching the show.
If you want to see our goofy asses recording. Yep.
Check us out.
Check us out.
Hit us up on Instagram. Talk about some whiskeys. Hit us up with a message of whiskeys that you tried that you like.
Yeah.
We're looking for stuff now. Yeah. We want input from everybody.
We have plenty of episodes and content to do, but we want to adventure. We want to go to those other places, right, that maybe we don't know about.
Yes.
We want to adventure there.
Let's take us to the edge, people.
Yeah.
Take us to the edge. All right, everybody. It's a great show. Yep. T.I., as always. Fun drinking with you, man.
Always.
All right.
Cheers, sir.
Touche, sir.
Have a good one, everybody.